Why? One of the worst things about being a YouTuber is when you make a video that you absolutely love and you were just so hyped about doing it live and testing something out, and then the audio doesn't record correctly. So in the video you guys are seeing in the top left hand corner, I'm actually talking about a deck that I've put together that has been one of my most amazing decks ever. Like, what I'm talking about right now is that the deck has gone 11-1. And I think I was finally ready to test it out in rank, because it's going to be the deck I want to try to get to Legends next month. Because I know a lot of people saying, like, why don't you play rank anymore? Like, you're just playing casuals versus arena. I'm like, I just want to play whatever I want to play at any time. And so this is a version of the Magica Surge deck that I made yesterday. And this deck is love for me. It's just love. The win ratio has just been crazy. The moments, the comeback ability of this deck is insane. So with that being said, what we're about to do right now is I'm going to try to do my best, my goddamn best, to look at this video and try to remember exactly what I just said and do a, well, it's not going to be a live commentary anymore because obviously my audio is not recorded in it, but you guys will be able to hear the sound effects. So the sound effects for the game is recorded, but unfortunately my audio just didn't record correctly in freaking XSplit, but it's okay. It's okay. This match is going to be interesting. This deck is amazing. It's really good. Let's just take a look at it. So what I'm gonna do right here is, guys, I'm gonna make myself from the old version smaller. So I'm gonna put that behind me, and here is me now. So I'm actually live. This was the old one when you guys couldn't hear what I was saying. This is me live now. We're just gonna skip ahead into the video because I was trying to do it live anyways, but I found a match. Let's just skip ahead until I get to the match, and we'll just do a commentary. I'm sorry about it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys from the very beginning, but here we go. The start of the match, I would try to do my best to interpret what I was thinking when I was actually playing the match. So, started off, first of all, look at the deck list to the right. It's a really cool deck list. I just love it. It's so good. This is like my hypest deck I've made in a long time because the win ratio and just the moments of how this deck works. So, off the bat, it's a Tullius 11 Magica action deck right there, guys. Playing off of cards like Corsair Ship. I only run one of them. I know a lot of players would probably run more, but that's the thing with me. I'm not a professional CTG player. This is what I was saying in the video before. Like, I just started playing Legends. This is my first real online CCG. I wasn't playing Hearthstone, so I didn't know like what aggro really meant. I didn't know a lot about top deck and how you weren't supposed to do it. I had to learn all that when I started playing Legends for the first time. And because I'm just like such a noob, and I still consider myself a noob when it comes to CCGs. I know some of you guys take my opinion seriously when it comes to deck building, but I still probably do a lot of things that a lot of other players wouldn't do who would consider them professional. Like I said, I'm only running one copy of Corsair Ship because I just feel like I need one copy to get Belbor Spy Master. I need to get cards like when I play Tullius, get all those creatures to get that one extra point. So right here we're starting off the match. I'll go ahead and shackle my opponent's Goblin right there. I think it was a smart move right there. First of all, to shackle the Goblin, making sure that they won't be able to use it right off the bat. Then on next turn, I'm going to go ahead and Lightning Bolt. So that's what I'm going to do next, because it seems to get rid of a card like that. It's very important early on. Depending on my opponent's playing the SharePoint Dragon or other creatures to combo with that. My opponent did a very good thing by putting the Cleric right there to power it up. And throughout this match, you will see, like, this was the first time I was saying in the match, I just like wanted to take it in rank, because I always test my deck heavily into casuals first. So I won 11 matches out of, not won 10 matches out of 11 matches in casuals. Like I said, 10 out of 11 is a pretty good win ratio. I think that's sufficient enough to take a match in a deck into rank, so that's what we're doing now. So I go ahead and take care of that move there, because the whole point of this deck for me is control until I get to 11 Magica, or till I could get Wisp Mother out and then start copying my cards. So now my opponent is going ahead with the Daring Catapult, and then we got 5th Legion Train right here. They're going to be trying to play fairly aggressive and try to ramp up really quickly. So there's a few different ways I could deal with this, right? See, I was touching my deck because I was talking about something in the video. This just sucks so much. I did such a good commentary last time. Why did it not record? But anyways, so my choices were here to Lightning Bolt 5th Legion Trainer immediately, but I think that was the incorrect move here. So I felt like putting both of these down right now, get 2 creatures on the field. Even if Ashlander dies, it's going to take something with it, most likely, unless it goes to face. We're definitely going to see 5th Legion Trainer attack on my guy from Corsair Ship right there, so I was expecting that. I like to make my opponents predictable, so I wanted them to do that. He's going to attack there. We still got the Lightning Bolt in hand. The Lightning Bolt is going to be able to take care of the other Darren, and that's going to be fine right there. I wasn't expecting The Goblin's fine. That's fine. I wasn't expecting the other deer, and I'm like, oh, another card I really gotta take care of. So like now my opponent has 4 cards out here that all could be fairly disadvantaged for me. So 50 Train has to go, takes out Goblin, perfect right there. We Lightning Bolt over on the left, break a Ring of Magica, play the Fido's going to recruit in the right side. There we go, power up. This is where I was saying now. In this part of the video, I was like, I was hoping my opponent didn't have a execute. I hope they would have to use something like a Pearson Javelin or some way to get rid of this. So that's what I was really hoping. But my opponent makes a as you guys see right here, which I was kind of, well, not this turn, actually it's the next turn. See, I kind of forget it. Now we get Royal Sage, which I was like, man, I wanted Royal Sage earlier. Most of the times I want to have the advantage. So in this situation right here, I'm not getting much advantage out of Royal Sage, and that's what you guys seen. It's like, I was saying, like, it might have been smarter for me to play Royal Sage in the right lane to face off on whatever they come with next. But I was saying, with my hand being what it is, even if I take some damage, this deck has a lot of ways to come back. It has those Clockwork Scorpions, which is one of those great cards that your opponent doesn't have great ways of dealing with. Your opponent's going to have to use cards like, Pearson Javelin, use, you know, right there you're going to see things like that. But what's what my opponent did? This was a misplay of my opponent, a really big misplay. They had Curse. They could have used Curse with Leaf Lurker to go ahead and take care of my creature, but I don't know why they didn't right there. And this is where I was thinking about attacking, but I was trying to be smart. Like, not attacking here is the best thing I could possibly do. It's better if I take the damage, just in case if Brutal Ashlander, once it activates, it doesn't do extra damage to my opponent to give them a card. I want to get my opponent to the point where they're top decking while I still have cards in my hand. I needed to play as smart as I possibly could given the situation. My opponent's playing super aggro, so I'm going to allow them to take the damage, and I'm going to start building up my hand, as I know this deck has great ways to just put out a bunch of damage really quickly. So here we go, guys. We're gonna go into I wanted to wait on that first to see if I could get all 3 creatures. So we're gonna go trade here. Like I said, like I was saying before when I was making the video, I don't know how other, you know, more professional players would play, but I'm just trying to do what I can with my hand. My opponent keeps one creature, but because they're now top decking, I was actually pretty sure they weren't going to play anything else. I felt like they're going to try to build up their hand, which is the smartest move they possibly could do. So I put Eclipse right down here. I was hoping to get a really good card right here. Nemera's Shrine is a decent card, but it would have been a card I wanted a little earlier. Once again, another support I'm only running one of, but it's been working out quite well for me, even when I'm only running one of it. Like, I just wanted to, oh, just so good. So good. This deck is so good. So I was pointing right here that my opponent's probably going to start going a little bit aggressive right here because they were actually removed my my card right there, and they got a 4/2. So I felt that was very good in my opponent's favor, but I was like, this is a hand that I need to win. This is the type of hand for me that literally puts me in the win territory, because I go ahead and take out both his creatures, play into Journey. Now all we need is Tullius, because once Tullius happens, all those cards that are Zero Magicas, well, not all of them, but many of them have a high possibility chance of coming out. And here's where a lot of players will be like, what are you doing here? But then I saw my opponent played Skeevatron. I was like, I was just like super confused. But right here, I wanted to go ahead and say, like, you know what? Instead of me playing the obvious move, getting rid of that, I'm gonna make myself take the 5 damage. I know my deck, and I know how I could come back. If you are willing to take a risk, if I'm not, my opponent doesn't have lethal right here, I feel like I was able to take the 5 damage and still come back and still win this match. I knew the deck, and I was confident enough to take that risk, take the damage, draw cards, especially if my opponent attacks me and gives me Tullius, that could make me win the game. Now, here's where I might have been a little risky, because my opponent goes ahead and gets the +2 right there, where now Tezcat can't just run from face and kill that, but still everything's pretty okay right now. It's pretty okay. So let's keep on going. But as you guys will clearly see, this is why I only run one Spy Master, because I run one Corsair ship. It's a guarantee that when Spy Master comes out, I could use him. And look at that Spy Master get, and then boom, boom.
I feel a storm coming.
Come on, guys. Come on. The health gain coming back right away into Tullius in my hand. So even if my opponent would have wiped out both lanes, I have a Tullius in my hand with all those 0-cost cards in my deck because of Journey. That has been the pattern. It's okay if I take some health damage. As long as I draw enough cards, keep everything healthy, I could come back at the end. And I felt I had a pretty good confidence I could have won this match, but my opponent goes ahead and forfeits right here, and that's a game right there. So yeah. Sorry I had to do the commentary on that one twice, but, you know, that's how things go. And here's I'm talking, but you guys clearly can't hear what I'm saying because it's not working. So let me switch over. So this is back to me right here with that video. So that was a deck build for you guys. So check it out. I've been having an absolute blast. And I'm going to be using this deck next month to try to climb the ladder and get the Legends, because that should be fun. Finally, new month, and I haven't been Legends in a while this year, so why not go ahead and get there just to say that I can. So, Beak here with the Untitled Game Show. Sorry that the video came out this way. It kind of upsets me as a YouTuber that stuff like that happens, but when audio doesn't record correctly, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Till next time, peace out. Like it if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. I would understand. Like, things didn't go out that great. I will put the deck list in the description so you guys could check it out there. Till next time, later.